Our world is full of entrepreneurs. They've always been here. Dreaming big, building fast, solving problems. We've learned how to help them, how to support them on their journeys, how to give them access they've never had before. Then, a little more than 2 years ago, everything changed. Everyone and every business worldwide hit pause. But we seized the moment because we learned long ago that great entrepreneurs can dream and build and solve problems from anywhere. And in this moment, we confirmed what we already knew. There are so many more entrepreneurs out there who we can help. Now we look ahead to the vast opportunities before us. Our objectives are monumental, and our impact will be profound, perhaps even historic. The only way we're going to win is as a team.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir à tous. Well, welcome everyone. You're at the Paris Techstars Summit. So good to see so many familiar faces tonight. Welcome. Be more delighted to finish my first program at Techstars this way. Actually, I have so many lights in my face that I don't see you all, but well, that's gonna be super fine. Well, so today it's actually the end of a first journey. It was really tough to actually wait until this 3 months to be able to disclose you not only our investment thesis, but also the amazing 12 startups that were our first investment. So well, you're all here tonight. Thank you so much for being in person. But we also have about 500 people watching live. On Stonks. It's our platform, so we can have all our international community following actually also the event. If you also want to take advantage of the platform, you can actually request to meet our startups, the one that you're going to hear pitch tonight, and also get some investment bid basically to this startup. So feel free to actually register online to the platform. You have some QR code at the entrance, and we can deliver to you. Well, what is the best way to start a community event? I believe it's by meeting new people. So let's not make it about us. Just let you meet some new people right away. We are going to take 30 seconds, so please turn around and introduce yourself during this time to the person sitting behind you. Go ahead. Well, in the meantime, for the people sitting behind their desktop, actually, please do the same. Use that time to put in the chat where do you come from, what do you do, and why you are interested in Techstars. This would be really great. Thank you very much. Ouais, je veux juste vérifier. All good? Well, thank you very much. This is just an introduction to give you a little taste. If you hear me, clap once. If you hear me well, still clap twice. Great. Well, so the idea also is to enable you to understand how did we get here. You know that today it's actually a 10 degrees warmer June than it used to be. Rough, right? And well, how should we respond to this being an investor? This is basically the question I was asking myself when last November I became the managing director at Techstars. I believe that as an investor, we have actually the power to stop climate change and to invest in sustainability. It's not a brilliant idea. Last year only, PitchBook reported that actually 31 billion were invested in climate change. At Techstars Paris, we do not only invest in those companies because we think they're more resilient in time of crisis, but also because we believe entrepreneurs can change the world and build a better future. Also, we are in France, and I believe this is a fantastic momentum. Not only that France has set up some groundbreaking regulation when it comes to environment, energy, or ESG reporting, but also that, actually not a long time ago, the French tech took a really strong position to foster clean tech, with the French tech for the planet, for instance, with the Agri 20 and the Agri 20. So we are sharing this mindset that not only climate tech, but also deep tech can make a real change in the world. I think no later than yesterday as well, the NW Group announced that they were raising 300 million euros. So they are now part of the green gang of the French unicorn, together with Back Market and Vestiaire Collective. Well, so great momentum, great thesis, but we are an international investor. We do not only invest in French companies in France, we invest in companies from everywhere. This is what you will discover today. We don't only have French investors on the stage. And why we do so? Because I actually believe that French entrepreneurs still lack the capacity to have an international expansion. Although, France is also really attractive to international founders. So having a mix of a class with international founders, a worldwide network, and the access to capital is, for me, the best opportunity Techstars can give to our investments. This was to actually help you understand how I got here. And now, how do we run our business for this program at Techstars? Basically, it's a 4-pillar investment thesis. So for the selection of the companies, you understand that it's sustainability, but we don't have any focus whether it's sectorial or technological. You will hear about satellite imagery, you will hear about renewable energy, you will hear about biotech, digital data. We can follow on like this forever. There will be new companies actually coming in September. So, many technologies to discover. The second pillar actually is about the education we want to provide during the program to our founders. We worked hard together with Mary Jane from the ESG team at Techstars. I hope that she is actually watching us online, to build an ESG framework. This enables our company, even if they're focused on solving an environmental problem, for instance, to really do good, not only think that they're doing good. And this for all their journey. So we assess actually their progress on the E, S, and G pillars through all their life. And we also give them the tool. This has been a great experiment together with Sustainsoft, another portfolio company, to enable them to get there with the right mindset and the right tools. The third pillar is then about the assessments. As an investor, it's really hard also to be able to monitor the impact you want to have on the planet, obviously. So, we are now assessing the carbon footprint of any company, and we actually disclose the amount of CO2 emission we want to save by the end of the next 5 years. And finally, the last pillar is about diversity, because we believe that, diversity can help you have a better mindset and a more broad footprint, I would say. When it comes to France, I'm really focused on a female founder, welcoming them. Luckily, I will reach half of my portfolio with women. We're almost there, actually. We did great progress. But again, this is not only about the female founders. This is also about the education, being an operating investor, the education we can provide through their lifelong. And so this is a big call to mentors out there. We have amazing mentors, women here. Some of them are going to be on stage. We need to get better on having women mentors to accompany our companies. And obviously, the last part is about the investors. We wish to have a lot of women investors also joining what we're organizing, because again, it's a type of mindset. So, This has been actually applied to the 12 first company, first class, 3 months of program. We started back in April. Tomorrow is going to be our last day. So out of the 12, we had 7 French startups. And well, 5 of those 12 were also co-founded by a female. So pretty happy with the numbers. They're going to change every class, so if you come back, I will not tell you the exact same thing. But really, really happy with those numbers. Well, for the first time, then you can see their faces. It's been really hard to actually tell them not to post anything in the social media for the past 3 months. Some of them did not manage, and we had to yell really hard, but we made it. And well, so the idea today is to have them on stage talk about the 3 main areas where we had a deep focus. The first one being agriculture and biotech, with companies coming from Germany, the Netherlands, and the US. The second one being digital and data for good, and with a big focus on France and Germany. And finally, strong companies in energy and utilities, whether from France or Mexico. Well, this is a big number. We set a collective goal to achieve a total amount of CO2 saved by the end of 2026. That is 4 million tons. So I am not doing this by myself. They are not doing this by themselves, each of them. But together we have this ability. And so, well, we are keeping track of those progresses, and it started right now. We won't talk long. The idea is that those companies are going to actually present them to you, what they do and what kind of progresses they did during the 3 last months. And the idea also, it doesn't stop after what we're talking, what we're saying on stage, that we can follow on the conversation over the cocktail that is following. Nothing would be possible without my amazing colleague, the program manager at Paris Techstars. Let me welcome on stage Rebecca Raveni.
Hello, everyone. I think all of you know me. You received plenty of my emails, but I'm very excited to be here. I joined these companies 5 months ago. And every day I realize how lucky I am to help entrepreneurs succeeding and to be by their side. So I'm really grateful and to celebrate together this moment. And that's why I would like to start by saying that working for Techstars is an amazing journey. And for those of you who are not as familiar with Techstars, here are a few figures. Techstars is an operational investor having almost 3,000 companies in its portfolio, among which 19 unicorns and 6 companies which went public. Techstars has a combined market cap of over $200 billion and is currently operating 50 acceleration programs worldwide. About our program, Paris, what do we provide our founders? We provide our founders 3 months mentorship-driven program. And from the very beginning, we decided this program to be marked by 3 main milestones. First of all, we decided to focus on network, on mentor engagement. We forced them to meet hundreds of mentors, but it led to its results. And that's why in the second phase of these 3 months, we focus on the feedback, we work on the feedback received, and we shifted the attention on execution and growth. And then finally, 3rd month, lots of work on fundraising. And yes, I would say that here we are, today, tomorrow, last day of the program, together. But then when translating these, what just said in concrete terms, in reality, what we have witnessed during these last 90 days have been 13 weeks, lots, overwhelming sometimes, exhausting, but very exciting. And yes, I couldn't be happier and more satisfied. Our program, as Rafael said, started in April. Tomorrow is our last day, it was a hybrid program, meaning first and last week in presence, the remaining weeks virtual. But at the very beginning, we didn't know how it would have been. Very often, Techstars runs program full in presence. But we realized that by running program in this format, we would have been able to keep the contact and strengthen the ties with the whole Techstars network. Because Techstars, it's a worldwide network made of mentors, entrepreneurs, investors all over the world. And here we are, I would say. But then all what we have done has been possible thanks to amazing human beings that have helped us throughout these months. And that's why I would like to take a moment, and I would like you to follow me with this in this round of thank yous that I'm gonna start. First of all, at personal level, a huge thank you to Raphael. Thanks for your great leadership. Then I think I'm sure that they are all watching us online. We have an amazing team of associates who are, unfortunately, he didn't make it today in present, but are watching us online. And thanks to all of you for your great work. You're great. And also thanks to Johan, our CTO in residence. Thank you so much. Then you should know that at Techstars, during these 13 weeks, we have invited entrepreneurs to share part of their entrepreneurial journey with us. All of them had a different story. Some of them share their highs, some of them share their lows. But the idea is that all of them opened up to us and decided to share part of their best practices, their do's, their don'ts. So we'd like to take a moment again to say thank you for being there and for this moment.
It's a pleasure.
Then now, a huge thank you to our speakers. At the very end, what we are at Techstars, we are an accelerator, and we provide founders with content, important content. And this has been possible thanks to amazing speakers who organize amazing workshops. And you're great. Thank you so much. Last but not least, Techstars, as I said at the very beginning, is a 90 days mentorship-driven program, meaning that mentors are key. Techstars is what it is thanks to its community of mentors, worldwide mentors, that decide to commit their time, energy to founders. Yes, thank you for all what you do, because if we are here and we are so happy and we are smiling, it's also because of you. So thank you so much. And now, a word to our partners. At Paris, we have been lucky enough to work with local partners strongly aligned with our vision, ambition, and objectives. That's why we'd like to take a moment to say huge thank you to Reconcile, We Don't Need Roads, Start to Scale, Bold, Miro, for your all support. And the same for our global network partners. This is the case for Cooley, Silicon Valley Bank, Amazon Web Services, HubSpot, Twilio, LegalPath, Stripe, Google for Startups. Thanks for your support. And now, the moment we were all waiting for, the reason why we are here, we are finally announcing our 12 companies. But before, thank you again. Merci à tout le monde d'être là. And especially for those online, please stay tuned.
Okay, well, just a little preview, actually. So you will now see logos before seeing their faces. So 12 companies, many different topics. And we will start with the first area, agriculture and biotech. Well, I'm extremely happy to actually welcome also 12 amazing mentors from our community that will introduce on stage each one of the companies. Well, be prepared, it's their turn now. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Raphael. Wow, so many people, a bit scared. Yeah, so when I was offered to be a mentor again at Techstars Paris, I said yes right away because I'm so grateful to the community that I just want to give back as much as I can. But I didn't read the fine prints, which is the new batch is actually about sustainability, and my background is in social consumer products. So I was like, I'm not sure that I can bring much value to the table. So I basically stayed on the sidelines, just cheering for them. But one company basically caught my eye because every single week I would just receive those crazy updates with crazy growth numbers. And I was like, can I invest? And basically I've been so impressed by their consistency, their growth numbers. But what struck me the most is that they would always say what they would do and they would actually do it. And they are actually on the ground having a real impact. So I was sure that they would be a great steward for my money. And also I was like, if I can play a small part in their journey, I would be so proud. So, and I hope that you will feel the same way. So please join me to welcome Mavuna on the stage.
Thank you. Can you believe that African smallholder farmers lose more than half of their crop every year? Hi, my name is Johannes from Mavuno, and this is James, an African smallholder farmer, one of our customers. And this is powdery mildew disease. It regularly destroys James' crop and his income, and in the end of the day, he doesn't have enough money to send his kids to school. And that's a shame, because powdery mildew disease could be treated quite easily with sulfur powder, a basic organic pesticide. But James doesn't have the money to afford it, and sulfur powder is also very expensive in Africa. And this is why we give James sulfur powder and many other farmers as well. And not just sulfur powder, we also send a farm operator to James' farm to apply it professionally. And because James doesn't have money and cannot afford it, there's also a microloan part of the package, so James can pay in the end of the year after increased harvests. And all that is a yearly subscription worth €200 that comes with these 3 services. And the model works. Since our foundation last year, we have now almost 5,000 of Tanzanian cashew farmers on our platform, and we serve them with satellite imagery. So what we do is we take the satellite imagery from the European Space Agency and run machine learning on that. Our models can detect specific crop types, calculate the biomass, and predict harvest yields. And we use that data to score the creditworthiness of our farmers and to run our mobile app that tells our farm operators when to go to which farm and which quantity of sulfur powder to spray. Yeah, and 5,000 farmers today. We have subscriptions accumulated of more than 500,000 to date. This is the money we will earn later the year. 10,000 we're making at the moment per week in upfront payments. We started in Tanzania with cashew as our first crop type because cashew is the most important cash crop in Eastern Africa and Tanzania, the biggest producer. Plus our co-founder Lucas is there since 7 years. But what we do in Tanzania and with cashew is replicable to other African countries and to other crop types. We're talking about millions of smallholder farmers whose life conditions we can drastically improve. As a team, we're not only co-founders, we're actually 3 brothers with complementary backgrounds. There's Jakob, the data scientist of the team. He worked for the Institute of Space Science in Berlin and built a similar solution for another agri-tech startup. Lucas is on the ground since 7 years, has built an organization of 50 people in that time there. And I have a background as management consultant, a startup founder, and a senior manager in the software industry. So join our mission and make us empower James to send his kids to school. Many thanks.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Bonsoir. I'm Aldrich Huang. I'm the CEO and co-founder of UX Testing. Before I started my company, I was a legal counsel. You know what I had during my legal job? It's due diligence. Everything is about due diligence. And also, do you know what satellite means for me? It's not only the satellite, but also like the star in the sky. Have you ever thought I can do due diligence to reduce the carbon with the satellite? That would be the coolest job in the world. Now, let me introduce the next superstar, the CEO of the Iroko Analytics, Jules.
Hello. We're here to tell you about our plan to fight carbon emissions by addressing illegal logging in Africa. Hello, I'm Jules Caron, CEO and co-founder of Iroko Analytics. I spent the past 10 years as an environmental campaigner in the Congo Basin, working with World Wildlife Fund, Oxfam, and others. Last year, I began working with my co-founder and CTO, Misha Lepetich, on a better way to end deforestation. The international tropical timber trade is a $100 billion a year business, but according to Interpol, up to 70% of it is illegal. If illegal logging were a country, it would emit as much carbon as Australia. You want a quick, cheap, and easy way to fight carbon emissions? You address illegal logging, and that is what we do. The reality is timber traders do not know if what they are buying is legal. Everyone who's done due diligence knows it's resource expensive. It's a burden. But people in the industry keep telling us they don't have the data to do their work. They want our platform, and we are beginning to work with them. Iroko Analytics collapses the due diligence process from weeks to moments. Our platform integrates satellite imagery and machine learning so that we can determine if a logging company is operating where it should, if it's harvesting the allowed amounts, and how much carbon it's releasing. This and other data is integrated into our platform so that traders are ensured on the legality of their purchase. Our total addressable market is the $100 billion tropical timber market, but we're beginning with the Congo Basin because that's what we know best, but it's also a big market. Congo, Gabon, and Cameroon represent 40% of EU tropical timber imports. That's 2.3 billion euros. Our customers are the 600 or so traders in the EU who import from the region, and we will begin selling to them next year. By capturing 33% of this service obtainable market, we expect annual revenues of 20 million euros per year by 2027. In terms of impact, this would be like removing 100,000 cars from circulation. But we have much greater ambitions. The international carbon credit market is worth 850 billion euros, but almost none of it is in the Congo Basin. Why? Because there's not enough data. Once built, our platform will represent a huge opportunity for another customer segment. We will be the data broker for anybody interested in reforestation or carbon offset projects in the world's second largest tropical rainforest. And in fact, 2 hours ago, government officials in the region told us they want to work with us. Imagine a world where 1.5 is possible, but it is only possible if we save Africa's rainforest. And that is the business of Iroko Analytics. Thank you.
Hello to everyone here and everyone watching online. Your next pitch is about the CPG industry. That's consumer packaged goods. It's an industry that creates hundreds of millions of tons of single-use plastic every year. Those are monstrous numbers. So am I here to introduce a horror story? The Hunchback of Notre Dame, too hideous to look at? No. Sleeping Beauty? Maybe. This industry wants to change, but it's trapped. It's trapped behind thorn bushes of convention, inertia, and the sunk cost of its existing machinery. And just like Sleeping Beauty, it needs a hero to cut through and break the spell. So I give you Laurie Goff, Chief Exec of Outlander Materials.
Chocolates, pastries, candies, these each last moments, but the impact from their plastic wrappers will last an eternity. Now, of all the plastic produced each year, about half of that goes towards packaging, and that produces 275 million tons of waste a year. That leads directly to 2.7 trillion euros in true cost to society each year. That's the GDP of France. Now, as we become more aware of the physical and the financial harm that plastics cause us, public pressure for governments and companies to cut plastics is magnifying. Plastic bans and eco-taxes are sweeping the globe, and combined with rising oil prices, this leaves companies in a very difficult position. They want to move away from plastics, but there are not yet enough viable solutions available to them on the market. So they're stuck with rising costs and no path forward. But that won't always be the case. By 2035, it's feasible that there will be no single-use plastics in our food systems, and that high-performance biomaterials will be mainstream, ones that are poised to conquer a $260 billion global market, all without toxic additives, microplastics, or waste. I'm Laurie Goff. I'm the founder and CEO of Outlander Materials, a biotech and material science startup converting food industry streams, byproducts, and waste into high-performance, non-plastic materials, like Unplastic, a functional, fully compostable, and totally plastic-free alternative to thin film packaging. It's semi-transparent and has excellent properties applicable for foods, cosmetics, and retail packaging. Best of all, it's fully compostable within 2 weeks. With Queen's Belfast University, we've established that Unplastic is fully non-toxic and that it releases 70% less carbon than single-use plastics. This is problem-free packaging. Our diverse team has experience in material science, biotechnology, and mechanical industrial scaling, and we've spent years developing Unplastic from scratch. Today, we're working on pilot production and interactive co-development trials with clients. We have 7 letters of intent, 2 of which came in this week, for 144 tons of material worth 3.6 million euros. As we scale production and begin licensing with larger partners, already by 2028, with 120 million in revenue, we'll be producing at least 15,000 tons of Unplastic a year. That means that 15,000 tons of single-use plastics do not end up in our environment, and that more than 45,000 tons of carbon dioxide are completely prevented from ever entering our atmosphere. We are on the pathway to eliminate 2.7 trillion euros in damage to biodiversity, ecosystem stability, and to human health. Partner with us, and let's radically transform how we package our world. Because Unplastic wrapped chocolates, pastries, and candies mean that we don't need to wait an eternity. Nothing needs to be left behind, except the very sweetest of moments. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to read my speech, but I can assure you that Rue, the founder of BeSage, didn't help me write it. What first caught my attention with BeSage is the promise to reduce bees' mortality. Having worked on various sustainability programs, including for rural development or for biodiversity protection, I've witnessed how ensuring healthy pollination services is interconnected with many sustainable challenges and goals. So some facts. First, at least 1/5 of our food depends on bees. They are vital for plants' biodiversity and thus for the wildlife in general. They are important in the fight against climate change, one consequence of which is the disruption of bees' behavior and crop seasonality. So helping reduce bees' mortality will help not only fight against world hunger, but also maintain and restore biodiversity and alleviate poverty.
To achieve the vision, BSAGE's solution is compelling. You see that its value proposition is clear for its clients and includes improved productivity, improved honey yield, mitigation of risks, and in general, increase in revenue. So to share with you the vision and solution, I would like to welcome on stage now Rubik Mann, the founder of BSAGE. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ru, and I'm here to tell you how much we owe to the honeybee. Our most productive pollinators are not doing too well. They're facing serious threats like pesticides, climate change. In the US, almost 46% did not survive last winter. 3/4 of our crops depend on them in one way or another, so no wonder many crop yields are in decline. Beekeeping is the livelihood of about 5 million people worldwide. It's a tough business for many reasons. You might drive 100 kilometers to the apiary and discover that you missed the nectar flow because flowers don't bloom according to a calendar. Our smart beehive scales help to avoid this situation. Every hour they measure weight, temperature, and humidity, so beekeepers can take advantage of peak blooming periods, get notified, and know exactly when to expand a beehive. Scales is the first device we launched to develop a beehive monitoring system. It boosts productivity and honey yield to benefit the earth through data-driven beekeeping, while increasing revenue for beekeepers. Sensor node is leaving the lab in a few days, and it will be crucial for overwintering. As the demand for pollination grows, agriculture is about to transform. BSAGE satisfies the needs of both commercial and hobby beekeepers. There are 655,000 of them in the EU. At 50 euros per month, this gives us an initial addressable market of 393 million, and that's just on the beekeeper's side. We outshine our competitors through dramatically improved user experience and lower initial investment. Everything works out of the box, and a beekeeper needs less than 100 euros to get started. To get the initial feedback, we sold our prototype to an oversubscribed group of 40 customers, tested it for 1 season, and discovered that it reduces their visits to the apiary while boosting yield by up to 20%. We switched to a subscription model, $7.99 per month per device plus $99 setup fee. As we're gaining insights from the data, we're not only building an analytics product for beekeepers associations, but also looking beyond for stakeholders in agriculture at large, like coffee growers, vineyard owners, and many others that can increase yield, quality, and shelf life through data-driven pollination. BSAGE Colony of Worker Bees is competent in hardware, software, and marketing. A technical team of 5 engineers, myself, and our valued advisor who's been analyzing beehive data for more than 20 years. We validated our MVP through capital efficiency. Now we're about to start our expansion phase to become global leaders. Join us on our way to connect 1 million beehives. The future of the earth largely depends on bees. The future of bees depends on us. Thank you.
Well, I hope you like them as I do. We are now entering the second chapter of tonight, actually moving to the digital and data. Well, this covers many technologies, actually starting with IoT. We had a little bump in the road since one of our founders got COVID. I know he's watching us online, so hello Arnaud. So we are going to do a little diversion here. I'm really happy to actually welcome the mentor of Declic and the CTO of Declic to have a little Q&A session. See you in a minute.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jean-Michel. I'm super happy to be here, and it's the privilege of my experience to still get a bit confused between Star Trek and Techstars convention. but it's okay because most of the people here don't even know what is Star Trek. So I'm going to talk about something super optimistic, reindustrialization, which is part of the global solution. And this is going to happen not only because of the recent events, but because the cost of labor is not anymore a critical factor of success in the future competitiveness. And this is all what is about. And like Fukuhara, the former chairman of Shiseido, said, between two Olympics champions, there's only a fraction of a second, which is hugely amplified at the end, and that's what makes one winner. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about, how the use of equipment, the whole difference, is going to make the winners. And I'm very happy to introduce Vincent, and please give him a warm welcome, because just a couple of hours ago, Vincent had no idea we'd be presenting tonight. So,
thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're going to do it with a very simple Q&A. Vincent, first of all, what is Déclic about?
So Déclic is this. It's a simple IoT device. It's cheap. It's waterproof, explosion-proof. You don't need any training to use it. And we collect the data, we store it, we analyze it, and we help our customers get the best out of their equipment.
Okay, that sounds so simple. So be a bit more precise. Can you give us just a concrete example?
Yes, I can. We have a client called Kersia. It's a global company in the chemical industry. And we've given them the several buttons. They use it to measure the performance of their lines and actually to diagnose an issue on the stoppages they got on the lines. So after a while, after a month, we find out that the main issue was actually at the end of the line, you have a bottle getting filled and sealed by a cap. And this cap was actually falling on the side sometimes. And this was resulting in 10% efficiency loss, which results in 4 million in revenue.
Which means that without this device, they would have never noticed, they would have never realized it was really a blind spot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a blind spot and couldn't spot it without us.
Okay, so that's great. So if I understand, every factory in Europe, in the world, should use it. So we have about 2 million factories in Europe. So let me count, it's about 600 billion euros market. I mean, are you serious?
Yeah, it's really huge.
Where are you there?
It's huge, but today we focus on the food and beverage, pharmaceutical and chemical industries in France, and it's already a 10 billion market.
Okay, which seems much more reachable. Okay. So then, how are you going to get there? What is your go-to-market strategy?
We sell directly to our clients, but since June, the beginning of June, we are creating a network of consultants in efficiencies affiliated to us, and they help us actually reach our clients quicker.
Okay, so Déclic is simple, it's smart, it's clever, it's useful. You made me dream. Tell me about the future. Make them dream like you made me dream. What's going to be the next step?
So this button, Déclic, it's just the beginning, and we want to be the digital partners of continuous improvement in the industry.
Thank you so much, and I'm super
excited
excited
very much.
for you. And congratulations. And it was a challenge. No preparation.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks to all.
Hello, my name is Caroline, and today I will introduce you Valet. Becoming a Techstar mentor is basically entering a lightning speed dating program. And with Valet, it was love at first sight. 3 reasons. Reason number 1, we went right in from our first 17 minutes meeting into practical business conversations. And I knew right then that they were soaking up on all of their mentors' expertise to really execute on it. Second reason, value prop was absolutely crystal clear. They're addressing major pains of why AI project fails today, from poor team composition to lack of business objective, or even, and of course, data management. And last but not least, they're right up my expertise alley, which is basically big deals. So I'm very excited because they already secured 6 figures in revenue. Without any further ado, let me introduce you the co-founder and CEO of Valet, Charlotte Ledoux.
Good evening, everyone. AI projects have become more than ever collaborative because the value is provided from mixing different sources of data coming from different teams, entities, or partners. And this is precisely why we exist. As you can see, we're a team of 4 co-founders, experts in data and AI. We work together on AI projects for several years. And we know that these AI projects are a major concern for companies, as 70% of them are currently investing at least $1 million per year on AI. So it's a moment for significant opportunities if collaborative AI can overcome its challenges. Time to market. The time to market of a project is on average 1 year because it's hard to set up data pipelines with partners. Legislation. It's complex to comply to the GDPR regulation, especially in the context of data sharing. And operational risk, because the more the data is shared, the higher is the probability of data leaks. So we need to enable a fast, private, and secure AI collaboration in a new space. And this space is a SaaS platform with an intuitive interface for business and data teams to manage and execute their AI project with their partners. In the last few months, we worked with a major food company to deliver KPIs on one of their key business initiatives, sustainable packaging. But they couldn't get the correct information from their thousands of suppliers. To do it, they need a neutral space to securely share and manipulate data with these suppliers. With our solution, it is finally possible. Now our customers can, in just a few clicks, upload and anonymize data, access and invite team members or external partners to a shared and secure workspace, explore and analyze data in real time to produce KPIs or machine learning algorithm together. So overall, our platform provides a unique legal and security framework for AI collaboration, and we chose to do it with the most sovereign and sustainable cloud, our partner, Scaleway. Our current pipeline is composed of large organizations and scale-ups in retail and insurance industry mostly, and they are willing to invest at least $100K per year on annual subscription. The market, it's over $2 billion today, but it's just the beginning. It will grow over 40% in the next 5 years. Tonight, I'm incredibly proud of the Valet team, as we just released our beta version with a list of 15 companies waiting for demo. And by 2025, we will represent the worldwide data collaboration platform, enabling the safe use of data with fairness, transparency, and privacy. So jump on board and become a preferred partner to enter the era of AI collaboration with us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. To have some impact, you need to have the right data at the right time to make the right decisions. Take air pollution in cities. Who can actually do something about traffic? Cities could, perhaps, but they can't, because data are all over the place, and most of the time, they're simply late. I invested in logistics companies in Europe. I was the CEO of a school transportation company, and I know the business and social costs of crazy traffic. So that's why, when I met with the team of Wikimove, I was so excited, because the tool they're building will help cities to finally have the analysis and the ability to analyze and to collect data to finally make the right decisions on time. And the crazy part is that with their API, they'll be able to push their decisions to B2B and B2C mobility apps to have real-time impact. So I think it's cool, and I hope you'll enjoy Daniel's speech with Wikimove. Thank you.
Yeah, starting this month, all public transit. What's
Well, so it should be back any minute, but this is the magic of the live. So we hope that you really enjoy your time until now. Daniel, feeling great right now?
Yes. Never felt better.
Good, good. Well,
we are back online. Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you so much, and big applause.
Okay. So starting this month, all public transit in Germany is only €9 a month. But according to a survey, 60% of our population is actually not really taking it, and the rest of it is pretty much complaining. So maybe instead of focusing on just the price, cities should work on the real challenges. In most cases, we are not missing any apps or services. What we really miss is better communication, collaboration, and coordination. And the only ones with enough power to actually push for it are cities, because they have the infrastructure, they have the people, but what they don't have is a tool for it. Hello everyone, I'm Daniel, the CEO of Wikimove, and together with my great team of mobility experts from Mercedes-Benz and Deutsche Bahn, we are here to make mobility as a service a choice and no longer just an option. So mobility as a service is still a very young but extremely fast-growing market. More and more cities are struggling with high emissions and have to comply to strict CO2 regulations. But they also have to reduce traffic in order to keep their cities attractive. In 2035, we expect more than 150 billion annual mass trips just in Europe. And we believe that we can make 5 billion of it. On this slide, you can see how mobility as a service is organized, and at the same time, you see our competition. Starting with level 0, which means no integration, just like a scooter app, all the way up to level 3, like CityMapper with mobility packages and intermodal routing. But what the market is still missing is a city orchestrated solution, and this is what we are building. We put cities in the lead, help them make data-driven business decisions, and let them have a direct impact on climate and society. So in other words, without us, cities in the future will have almost no control over their mobility. And this is where all the magic happens, our mobility manager. It puts the local cities in control of not just our end user app, but any other third-party application that will be integrated, making it a standalone and a retrofit solution. But from a business standpoint, even better or interesting, it has the potential to push our competitors in competition. Our go-to-market strategy is simple. For now, we are focusing on small and mid-sized cities that don't have a solution yet. And after iterating our product with a few of them, we then also want to demonstrate our interoperability with existing solutions and then go into scalability. We already have highly satisfied customers like Bamberg and Berchtesgaden. And right now, we are in the closing of a 1.4 million euro pilot project. And together with you, we want to make mobility as a service the new norm and not longer an annoying option. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Today, sustainability and ESG reporting is becoming more and more critical for companies of all sizes. As a founder of a company, a Techstars company, by the way, I'm getting ESG reporting data requests from everywhere. My investors, of course, but also salespeople for answering RFPs, and, of course, internally from my employees. And answering all of those data requests, forms, emails, and doing ESG reports has been a nightmare, until I met the startup that is going to present on stage next. Their product and team impressed me so much that we signed a deal to use our platform in just a few days. So please meet Jules from Sustainsoft, who is on a mission to democratize sustainability for enterprises.
Hi, everyone. Today, I'm going to propose you an impersonating exercise. So imagine you're John. John is the CEO of a startup raising funds. Not too hard to picture, right? So it's Monday morning. John opens his inbox and reads his first email. John's lead investor just sent him a 102 questions long ESG questionnaire. Well, so obviously it's a critical request. Like, you cannot just ignore it and move it to spams. John is also not an ESG expert, so he has no clue on how to answer these questions. And John has no easy way to just reuse past answers brought to other questionnaires. So this problem is to become a nightmare, because it's not only about investors' ESG requests, it's also about customers, regulators, or employees who now want to understand your impact beyond your financial performance. This problem is to become a real nightmare for 50,000 SMEs in the EU alone, which will be requested by a new European directive to disclose their ESG data starting 2024. At Sustainsoft, we exist to transform the nightmare into an opportunity. Our mission is to democratize access to sustainability to finally help SMEs meet their ESG requirements. So how would you solve that problem before? Well, basically, you were left with three options. First, you hire consultants that make the problem go away, but this is expensive and it only offers a one-off relief. Second, you can do it manually with Excel and emails, but this is extremely time-consuming and not scalable. And third, you can invest in a costly software solution, but existing solutions are generic and will not meet the specificities of your business. So how are we better? What we do as Sustainsoft is to provide a SaaS platform that enables SMEs to easily manage their ESG data requests. So first, we help them get inspired for the answers by providing them guidance and ready-to-use templates. Then we accelerate the process of answering by displaying similar questions answered in other questionnaires. And finally, we help them make sure they answer the best responses possible by providing strong workflow validation processes. By doing so, we are helping SMEs comply with the regulation, answer investor requests, and meet employee and customer new expectations. In just 6 months, we have validated our market assumptions, we have landed 6 POCs, and our MVP is currently live. We're now ready to move on to the next phase. Christelle, Felix, and I together combine sectoral knowledge, technical expertise, and entrepreneurship experience, and we're determined to bring sustainability to SMEs. So join us and help us save John's Friday night. Join us and help us democratize access to sustainability. Thank you.
Well, we're back on track. So, last chapter of this evening, now talking about energy and utilities, some really strong companies out here, coming all the way from Mexico, but also French companies. I'm super happy actually to have a mentor not introducing one, but two of these companies. She is Sierra, and she's all the way from the US. Big applause for her, please.
Good evening, bonsoir for everyone that's here and watching online. My name is Sera Evcimen, and I am very excited to be here. For the past few years, I've worked on trying to solve the global energy and carbon crisis. And that's what attracted me to the Techstars Paris program because of its sustainability focus. You'll see a lot of companies that are aiming to solve the crisis in different ways. And one of them is Bioesol. Bioesol's battery technology is not only enabling renewable energy, but also aiming to solve the energy continuity issue that has crippled several industries. And it has been a pleasure to work with their team, and I'm very excited to announce Alejandra, who will be talking more about it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alejandra, CMO of Bioesol. It's hard to believe, but just a few days ago, a baby's surgery went badly wrong when the power was cut in the middle of the operation. Energy problems happen every day, with more or less serious consequences. And not only do they include power outages, but also high energy costs and negative climate impacts. And it doesn't have to be this way. At Bioesol, we take care of these issues by building an energy intelligence software and a revolutionary battery to increase renewable energy use and to provide continuous power for critical applications, all developed within a time frame and cost that outcompetes the rest of the market. Our software is powered by AI and weather forecasting. As a result, companies take complete control of the stored energy and ensure 24/7 continuous operation. So what makes Bioesol better than any other battery company? Let me share 3 patents that showcase our innovative approach. First, we doubled the lifetime of our battery, twice as long as any other brand. Second, our battery functions without any interruptions, not even microseconds. No other company has been able to do this. And last, we supply electricity as direct current at 148 volts, 3 times higher than our closest competitor. In addition to this, our unique business model allows us to cover the gaps the other players don't meet. We have seen amazing results with more than 30 customers. For example, a company made its building fully energy independent by plugging our battery into solar panels. They now have all the power they need for daily operations, saving 100% of the energy costs and producing 0 CO2 emissions. Market-wise, we are focusing on the sectors that are most affected by the cost and quality of energy. Do you know that more than 20% of renewable energy is wasted due to a lack of energy storage? The IRENA estimates that the world needs 150 gigawatts of battery storage, while today we only have 11% installed. Our market has a global value of $200 billion. We are a proven B2B continuous energy solution, offering our solutions through an innovative subscription service. We have reached 32 customers with an annual run rate of $700,000. Our sales projection shows exponential growth, planning to grow 30x in 2022, and have reached the 400 million goal by late 2024. Biosol team has deep experience in entrepreneurship in the energy sector. It co-founded the leading LED lighting company in Mexico and has 4 exits. Our philosophy and metrics are totally aligned with 3 United Nations SDGs. Now it's time to scale. There is a huge and unsatisfied market actively looking for solutions. Let's impact together. Thank you very much.
Sounds right. Hello everyone, I'm Cyril. So we all know for sure that decarbonation is not an issue for the transportation and mobility industry. And we all see and we all praise the boom of electric vehicles, is it cars, scooters or bicycles. What we don't see yet is the tsunami problem in front of us, with warehouses full of used batteries, which we don't know anything to do with. We don't know what to do with used batteries. There will be for sure a recycling industry emerging. The question is not if, the question is when. Well, when is now, thanks to BIB. They are the missing link between the smart mobility players and the recycling industry that is soon to emerge. So I'm very happy to introduce BIB batteries and their product. I've been working for 3 months with the team. I've been amazed by their vision, by their strengths and their ability to execute, commercially speaking, especially not only with French prospects, but also with international prospects. So with no further ado, I'm happy actually to introduce, and please give a big round of applause for Pierre Amance of BIB Batteries.
Merci. This is a battery that you can find, for example, in an electric bike. And on average, when its owner will get rid of it, it will still have 75% of capacity. At the same time, the demand for batteries has never been higher. We need batteries to power our cars and to store our renewable energy. So why can't we value those 75% remaining? Why is it simpler to just throw them away? Because batteries are chemical components. Then, charging habits, temperature of use will deeply affect that capacity, and no one can guarantee their potential. That's why, at BIB, our mission is to unlock the full potential of batteries thanks to data to make them more sustainable. We decided to focus first on mobility batteries. They are the one with the highest usage and the shorter lifespan. So we are getting the data already collected by the operators, and our algorithm translates it into actionable insights so that we both extend the first life of the battery, and more than that, we're able to give a second life to these batteries in a less demanding application. BIB is a battery monitoring software we give to free-floating operators, and thanks to us, they're able to have a global overview of their battery fleets. They can check if the contributive margin per battery is still positive, and I can tell you that in the current context, it's very important for them. And finally, each battery is linked to a battery passport that will give to the battery its residual value. We are currently selling this software for €2 per month and per battery, and knowing the exact potential of the battery results in a €50 value per battery at the end of its life. So we entered that market with the micro-mobility batteries. It will already be a €1 billion market by 2025 only in Europe. And of course, the goal of BIB is to look bigger and go to larger batteries like the one in logistics and EVs. And as you all know, we are only at the day one of electric mobility. This market will grow at a 20% annual rate per year. I am Pierre Amance Lapeyre, the CEO of BIB. I worked previously at Renault, a pioneer in the second life of batteries, and at Alan. And Martin is our CTO, who studied battery analytics at École Polytechnique, where I'm mentored both by seasoned entrepreneurs and mobility industry experts. So we created BIB in September 2021. We already have a paying POC with Lime, and we are monitoring over 1,000 batteries. Our goal for the end of the year is to monitor over 10,000 batteries and to upcycle 1,000 batteries before going in 2023 toward bigger battery. So we created BIB with Martin because we are convinced that going towards electric vehicles is mandatory to reduce the carbon impact of our transport. But this will come with a huge impact caused by the production of tons of batteries. So we are very happy to welcome you on board in the BIB journey to make batteries more sustainable. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Baptiste and I'm what is written on the slide. And do you know that 1 billion people around the world like to access one essential element of life, clean water? Global warming is expected to increase the number of water stress areas throughout the world. This is an important topic and I'm really proud to introduce you to Cumulus and their amazing team which are addressing this issue thanks to a technological breakthrough in order to fulfill our basic needs. The company has been all over the news past weeks with millions of people seeing the deployment of their machines in North Africa. Please meet Ieb, CEO of Cumulus.
Hi everyone. At Cumulus, we create water from sun and air. But I'd like to tell you how it all started. November 2020, we wanted to go to the deep desert of Tunisia in a place called Huidat. We've been 10 persons, going there for 4 days, full autonomy. And we brought with us 100 kilograms, 100 liters of bottled plastic mineral water. But we woke up in the morning on this image. The dew covered our cars and tents. So there is water in the air, even in the desert. And we thought about all those people in Africa, 1.5 billion person, either suffering from being in one of the driest areas in the world, or being in a place where 300 million person do not have access to drinking water. And we understood why the market of the bottled mineral water is an $11 billion per annum market. So we set a mission. How can we provide drinking water to these people in a sustainable and economical way? We put our heads together, my partner and I. We both graduated from École Polytechnique, UC Berkeley, Mines de Paris, and we bring together 20 years of professional experience in private equity, in engineering, in thermodynamics. And we came up with the idea of Cumulus, a machine the size of a mini fridge, producing every day 30 liters of drinking water, and that can be remotely controlled. So how does it work? The air goes into the machine, it's filtered the first time, then it's cooled down, and this is when the dew happens, the water condensates, and then the water goes to mineralization and multiple filters. Now it's ready to be drunk, but then you can also remotely control it. We're focusing on B2B, companies that are looking to have less plastic, or NGOs and CSR that are looking to put the machines in villages that need this water. We are B2B business and we're working on a subscription model. For $99 per month, you will be able to have our machine and to have the water in your place. And it's 30% cheaper than the mineral water that we talked about. Competition is very international, but we will beat them by being better pricing, having the subscription model, and most of all, improve the quantity of water that is produced. We have a plan for the next 5 years. 1 million person in Africa that needs to have our water and that will be served with our water. And with that, we already started a pre-seed that has been closed a few months ago. The machine that you're seeing right now exists, is producing the right quantity, the right quality of water, and most of all now, we're working on the certifications and the patent. The machine has been installed in luxurious hotels already, but also in villages. Most important, over the last month, we had more than 100 single pre-orders for more than 600,000 euros of pipeline, with big names like Orange, Monoprix, and others. We're looking to expand. We're looking for more customers. We're looking for partners. So come and discuss. Thank you.
Surprise, you get me twice.
All right. Well, I've had the unique opportunity of being able to work with multiple companies in this cohort. And as I said, very passionate about sustainability. And the next company, and last but certainly not the least, is HelioRec. They have a very creative solution of getting solar panels on water. And obviously, Paulina was going to get into the details of that. But within this program, they've had exceptional success. They have established 500 leads with a sales pipeline of 5.5 million euros. And they have a technology that's developed and deployed and is 100% manufactured in Europe, which is excellent. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Paulina, my friend and exceptional entrepreneur, on stage to talk about HelioRec. Good luck.
Good evening. I am Paulina. For most of my life, I work at the oil and gas industry. I mixed and pumped cement in the middle of Siberia. But I changed my career path from black side to green side, and I founded HelioRec. We are building floating solar power plants. At HelioRec, we want to solve 3 problems. First, EU needs to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 55% in only 7 years. Second, cost of electricity is very expensive. Third, many countries don't have available land space to deploy solar panels. HelioRec technology solves all these problems. We generate clean energy with high efficiency due to cooling effect from water. Cost of our electricity is twice less than electricity from the grid. And we don't occupy any land space installation on water. You can see our project was deployed in Belgium, and it is already survived storm with wind speed more than 100 km an hour. So, we manufacture floating system by ourselves, this blue part, in Europe. We purchase photovoltaic equipment, assemble everything, and sell our customers with margin. Floating solar market is a fast-growing sector. With our total addressable market is 12 billion. You see, we've confined unused water space, generate clean energy, and don't disturb maritime activities. Our typical customers are ports, utilities, municipalities. We are focusing on nearshore locations where half of global population live. We are operating in harsh conditions at low cost. Cost of our systems 3 times than cost of our competitors. And how are we doing it? We invented and patented Hydrolock feature. It helps to keep systems stable and robust. As well, we use recycled plastic for manufacturing. It helps to reduce system cost and carbon footprint. We are a very experienced team. I'm founder and CEO, 20 years of experience in energy sector. As well, I'm winner of Women in Green Tech Award. Alexander is manufacturing manager. Dmitry is sales director. 2 advisors are helping us with business development and technology development. We started HelioRec in 2019 in France, and since this time, 2 successful projects were installed. We are already generating revenue. We are signing contract now for 5 years with a major utility company in Europe. 2 patents and trademark in our portfolio. By 2025, we will generate 30 million revenue. We will save 40,000 tons CO2, 8 million euros per year for our customers, and land space. In the past, when I was in oil and gas, I was a part of the problem. Now, I am part of the solution to fight climate change. Join me as a team member, customer, partner. Thank you.
Okay, well, I hope you had a great time. Well, thank you so much for everyone in the room. Thank you everyone also connected online. If you didn't have time yet to request an intro or say you want to invest in the company, we will have time later on. I will ask actually all the founders, mentors from this program to join me on stage. Please hurry up. And well, in the meantime, I just made a calculation actually. So we are on this mission to actually save 4 million tons by the end of 2026, which means that it's like 700 homes for the whole consumption of the year. So well, that's a really ambitious goal, but I'm sure we can make it. The idea, guys, is just to make a last picture from the stage. Maybe Pierre, the photographer, you can join us. So we have everyone actually also from the audience. So you join us here. Yeah. Joy, you're from the team. You're coming. So well, one last picture with all of you guys. You can stand up if you like. And well, guys, just like me, turn around. Maybe we sit down, like me. So we can have everyone there. Maybe standing. Yeah, thank you. Pierre, where are you? You're taking the picture, right? Sorry, our photographer was actually thinking he was on the picture. Smile. I say tech, you say stars. One more time. Tech, stars. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Last time. Woohoo! Well, so thank you so much all for being there tonight. Next program is starting in September, so we have new 12 companies already lined up. Please join us for the cocktail. Really happy to have all of you meet new people. Thank you so much for being here. For those online, thank you. This is the end of the event, and we'll be talking to you really soon. Bye-bye.